Morning. I'm wondering if you can give me some advice on how to deal with the guilt of being at resistance to things. Well, the guilt, you don't have to like everything. That'll take care of the guilt. Just accept that you don't like things. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Just be honest about it, though. See, saying the like, I don't like that. That's it. When you, I don't like that, and here's why it should be gone, and here's why, and hey, everybody, come here, here's how you shouldn't like this. Right? That's the craziness. Fuck it. Don't waste your time with that. Just, oh, I don't like that. It's okay to not like things. I find that the people I'm surrounded by, friends, family, and coworkers, are all only interested in sex, sports, and gossip. Okay, that's a really simplistic observation on your part. I bet if you spent a day watching one of these people, you would discover that they're into other things. When I'm around them, I have nothing to say, which makes me feel like they think I'm arrogant. Oh, the silent guy is great. They're not thinking about you at all. You're the silent guy. See, the thing is that when you're around them, you're not being stimulated, and so you think that they're a waste of your time, and that's what makes you feel arrogant and guilty, is you actually have a judgment about these people. Just admit it. That'll help you with how it all feels. It's okay that you have the judgment. You're just pissing yourself off. Eventually, you'll give up the judgment when you see that it's you're bothering. But until then, just notice, like, oh, I have a judgment. They like sex, sports, and gossip. Oh, I hate that shit. That's it. Just be real. And eventually you'll see, like, when you have an opinion about what other people are into, you're the one you're pissing off. You think you might be being correct or right, or, like, I know you wrote, you know that deep down you're not better than anyone, but that doesn't mean that that piece of knowledge has yet made it to the heart. You might look on and go, they're into sex and drinking? Oh, dumbasses, right? But that feeling, that whole sense of judging what other people are doing, I can only bother myself with that. So what is the value of having an opinion about other people's lives? Zero. Do I want to be pissed off or not? If I want to be pissed off, all I have to do is get an opinion about somebody else's life. I'm the only one I can bother. You're the only one you can bother. And at some point, you take this enjoyment for contemplation, deep discussion, and you apply it to how you actually work. And then you may discover all kinds of beautiful things about how not to piss yourself off. Worrying about what other people think about you, that's one way. Worrying about what other people are doing, that's another way. Being lonely because nobody's connecting in my social identity interests, that's a third way. You gotta be willing to be alone and be okay with being alone and being you. That contentment is so worth it, man. Because from that contented place, you have relationships. When you have relationships from the place of, oh, I hope this works out because I need you to validate some aspect of my existence, then the relationship is loaded. It's got dynamite in it. And all that's happening is waiting for that dynamite to explode. Because I'm using you to satisfy a fear I have. When you are content with your own existence, which simply means being right here and finding the independent happiness, the non-dependent happiness that is available. It's right on the other side of who am I? Who am I? You find that independent happiness, and then all of the ways that you bother yourself seeking satisfaction in the external world, they won't work. You'll still do stuff. You'll enjoy yourself. You just won't believe that it's going to make you happy, because you'll be happy. Right? You can either spend your life trying to maximize dependent happiness strategies, or you can spend a year or two or 3 or 4 or 5 solidifying, deepening, and fully trusting the independent happiness, peace, contentment, quiet love that is right here. It's right here. Which is a better investment? 60 years of trying to be happy with stuff, or a year or two of discovering happiness never leaves? Might not even take that long. Who am I? If you want to get rid of the feeling of feeling like a snob, just find that contentment that is independent. You won't even have an opinion about other people's lives when you're at peace. Because the very act of having an opinion disturbs the peace, and what you want is to be at peace. And the other thing to know is, it's somewhere over here, I find that I have nothing in common with them. All my friends, coworkers are really great people, but I find I have nothing in common with them. Underneath the social identity, which is like who you are in the photograph and what you do on the resume and your hobbies and interests, right underneath all of that, which is just language games, there is an incredible, already totally intimate connection that you have with all of the animals on the island, human and otherwise. And that is that you don't want to suffer. You don't want to suffer. Your roommate doesn't want to suffer. Your coworkers don't want to suffer. Now, everyone has a different education that leads them to dealing with that reality. I don't want to suffer. Some strategies work, some strategies obviously don't work. But the very reality that that is shared between every living thing, I don't want to suffer, that already connects you to everyone, no matter what story you're telling about them or you. And that's beautiful. That's a beautiful, already we're not lonely. Already we are all connected in the simplicity of not wanting more suffering. Now, sometimes we get what we want, sometimes we don't, but the fundamental don't want to suffer connects us all. That's why we're sitting here. I mean, that's why the whole point of making the videos is the invitation for the possibility of maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering. And in this experience, who am I is the invitation to finding an independent peace, an independent happiness. So you can't make a mistake. You're just going to learn how you piss yourself off, waiting, hoping, and wanting validation and joy and happiness and connection to come from identity, hobby, face, opinion. What are you doing? I'm looking for my happiness out here. So I'm going to be pissed off every now and then because this strategy that I'm employing is not the best one. It's so funny, how much time that I spent in my life trying to be happy on the outside. Outside happiness. Somebody, something, somewhere. Useless.